stir it up. Oh, when I'm taking sips from your tasty lips, seems the honey there fairly drips. 'Cause your confection, goodness knows, you're my honeysuckle rose, yeah!
Yeah. Tawanda. Good morning, and thank you, Miles Jensen. We are with a very special guest today. Not only is he the 10-time Grammy winner, but he's also the 2013 Presidential Medal of Freedom recipient, 2016 honorary doctorate recipient from the Fine Arts in University of Notre Dame, 10-time Grammy winner, as we mentioned, Emmy Award recipient. The list goes on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to all welcome and make some noise, whether you are in the Discord, on YouTube, or watching this afterwards. Make some noise for Arturo Sandoval. Hey.
Yeah.
Buenos dias. Good morning, Arturo. How are you today?
Yes, to be honest, I don't used to play in the morning very often.
Yeah.
I prefer late afternoon or evening time. But it's okay.
Right.
Man, I'm so happy to be playing with Miles because, man, we just met. And that's the most beautiful thing in the jazz language, When you speak the language, doesn't matter. You can sit down and play with a lot of freedom and use all the things that we have been learning for so many years, and we communicate right away. That's magic about that style of music, That doesn't happen in other style. I don't believe it. When you speak the language, man, you got it. You got it. We communicate so easy, man, smooth and relaxed, and very organic. But anyway, music is we're very lucky and blessed because music is the only international language. But music is the only one, man. We can communicate. You don't have to speak any language. Just shut your mouth, open your ear, and if something is pretty on the stage, open your eyes. Otherwise, you see a bunch of ugly people, close your eyes, close your mouth, open your ear, and have fun.
That's right. That's right. Well, Arturo, we're celebrating because we got a couple of weeks ago, we started auctioning for the Arturo's your new album, Rhythm and Soul, which if anybody's listening, you want to pick up some of this, if you are into NFTs already, you can join and check out whalestreet.xyz and check it out now. But you know what? It's so exciting to have our ground team live from your home studio in Southern California today, Arturo. Thank you so much for bringing us all into your home today and giving us this lovely performance.
My pleasure. Yeah, and I really trying hard to learn a little bit about NFT and Bitcoin, all those things. For an old people, it's a kind of difficult to really understand what's going on with all those things. I have no idea, but I think Tim is gonna help me to figure it out. As soon as I see the first check, I'm gonna fall in love,
There it is.
So far I didn't see any. So far I didn't see it.
So much love in this room right now.
You know what? So far I didn't see a penny yet.
So, Arturo,
Checks in the mail.
funny you mentioned that because Sandy Meows, she came packing something for you today.
What it is?
We got to get a little surprise for you.
Here
sir.
it comes.
Please. What is that?
About to learn about this crypto stuff right now, I
He's about
think.
to learn right now.
Shrimp? I love shrimp. But how many shrimp can I eat?
So this is 260,000 shrimp.
What's that? Explain to me.
Close to 10,000 USD dollars that MetaJAX, the team, everybody else wants to present to you. So this is more than a penny. So
Excuse me. You mean that I could cash that?
yes.
God bless your heart, man.
Bring Jim in.
Arturo, you're just getting started. This is only 2 weeks in.
Listen. I gonna be eating shrimp for the rest of my life. I love shrimp more than ever now. Long live the shrimp. I'm gonna tell you something. After being more than 18 months without playing a gig because of that, you know, then pandemic or whatever. Those shrimp are very welcome in this house. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that combination of, because the bill still coming, doesn't matter if you have pandemic or no pandemic, the bill will arrive almost every day. But when that combination with a lot of bills without checks, that doesn't work well. But welcome to showing, and thank you so much. This is MetaJAX that present that to me.
Yes.
Long live MetaJAX. I love it, MetaJAX. Yeah. Thank you.
Very welcome.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it right here. Oh man, good. You know what? No, I'm serious now. I'm very serious. Beside the economic problem or whatever, beside that, it was terrible for musicians in general, because probably we were the most affected during that thing, because some people could keep working or whatever, but for us, you know, concert hall, jazz club, festival, all the thing was locked down, and then we have no place to go, you know, no place to play, and that was terrible. That was very bad. Marco, let me hear your voice, man.
I got you. I'm right here, good sir. How are you? You know, this is really wonderful to see, because I want everybody who's watching today to know what's happening here. So we've presented Arturo with a representation, a photographic representation of his actual digital wallet. And in that, if you don't know, just in 2 weeks of having his album out, we now have approximately the value of about $10,000 in American money, which is the total of shrimp that we have in there. This is shrimp. If you want to check that out, make sure to go to WhaleStreet.xyz so you can see what's happening here. But what's beautiful about this is that everybody who's holding the Rhythm and Soul NFTs not only get to hear your music before anyone else, but they also get to form a community of owners and fans and believers in rhythm and soul. People who are going to be sharing this music with you throughout the coming weeks, months, and years. And then when the album is released nationally in the spring, as you support the live touring and the community, NFTs holders are going to be with you all the way. Everyone who's here with you supporting, who has made this possible here, are all going to be behind you, Arturo, backing you up. And that's the beauty of this. This is the beauty of what the NFTs are doing for the jazz community. I know that a lot of it seems to have been just a lot of talk right now, but here we're showing you that there is a community behind there. And we hope that as you go, maybe even on Tuesday when you perform at the Walt Disney Concert Hall, maybe you could even share with the people the beauty of what's happening right now, because that is a massive audience right there that we could start to get also to support you with this NFT album and beyond. And it'll go further than the ticket sales you're going to be making at the Disney Concert Hall. So that's the beauty of this. It's just going to continue growing and growing and growing.
You really did your homework. Thank you very much.
Sure thing.
The good news. I checked it yesterday, the website of the Disney Hall, and it's completely sold out.
Wow, great.
It's a big hall. It's a beautiful hall, by the way. The acoustic there, man, and the decoration. I mean, the design and the layout. And I'm very pleased and proud to be a good friend of the architect, you know, the guy who designed the whole thing, Mr. Frank. He's a dear friend. Actually, he came to this house a couple of times, and we got a video of him. We both sitting on the piano. He was pretending that he was playing, but he wasn't playing. He was pretending, you know. But it's you know, he's 92 years old, but he's still extremely active. Wow. He's still working hard. It's a role model, you know. It's a good example for all us. The night we met, that was probably like a couple of years ago, and he told me a couple of things that I'm going to share with you, those things still ringing in my brain every day. We were talking about different things or whatever. He said, Arturo, I'm 92 years old, and I'm going to tell you, at my age is normal that I forgot a lot of things, you know. But what I never forgot is to get up in the morning and go to the office to work. You say, this man is something. And then it was a party in a mutual friend. He's a doctor, great doctor, and then later on, I was in my phone checking his Wikipedia. You know, all the Frank Gehry work, the massive work he has been doing for so many years all over the world. Great buildings and beautiful places, beautiful. Okay, I was watching that, and then he was walking. He was standing behind me for a moment and saw me watching his things, and he said, "That's the second thing he told me the first night that impressed me a lot." He said, "Oh, please, no, don't pay attention to those things. I don't care about that. That history, man. No. The only thing I really appreciate or concern about or concentrate on is the things that are working on it now." I say, man, this no wonder this guy is a genius, you know, because when you got that kind of mentality, especially at that age, that's, you know, I'm 20 years younger than him. And sometimes I'm thinking about to retire or thing and complain or whatever. I say, after we met, he changed my philosophy of life. I say, man, if that guy at 92 thinking this way, I'm too young to think differently, you know.
I was lucky enough to be at Birdland when you played in New York, and you just reached right into the depths of my heart. It was the most phenomenal jazz experience I've had, and I've been to a lot of jazz shows. So I just want to thank you.
You really
and I
mean
think
that? You really mean that?
I truly mean that. And it's so wonderful to have you in our community and to be able to, you know, now collect your music on Whale Street and be able to do all these fun crypto, you know, experiments. And it's a wonderful way for us to get together to support you. You're giving us this wonderful music and experience. And so I'm just very happy to be here with you and wanted to thank you for what you're doing. I think
Thank you, Easy. Thank you. You know what?
like
I before this Rhythm and Soul, I have like a 46 album. Rhythm and Soul is the number 47. And please, if you don't have those 47, at least get 2 or 3. You know,
I definitely will.
We'll appreciate that very much.
And I think you made some great points today talking about, you know, the communication with music. I think it's the most kind of pure level of communication because you can feel each other. I'm a musician as well. I've played, you know, saxophone and singing and some hand drums and different things. And when you have that connection with someone musically, it's a very deep connection, and it can happen like that. You start playing and all of a sudden you just go into this kind of new field of being.
No pain, no gain. Yeah, man.
So right now on Whale Street, they're able to go to Whale Street, buy a silver NFT, it's called. And with that silver NFT, they get to listen to your music as we drop them one at a time.
Oh, that's great.
So they've been able to hear so far CRUSHENDO.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And they've been able to hear just this weekend coming up, Kumba.
Whoa, yeah.
And then
Tony Guerrero tune.
That's
Beautiful.
And
beautiful
we started with Soca Beat.
Wow.
And so every week there's going to be a new song dropping, and if they have a silver NFT, they can listen to the music.
Otherwise, they cannot.
Not yet,
Not yet.
because
because
they
long?
are your partners now. If we hold those of us who hold NFTs from Rhythm and Soul are your partners in this project. So you and your fans.
For how long that gonna last? When you gonna release that for everybody?
Yeah, April.
In April.
We're just getting
We're
started.
just getting started right now. We're finding our owners right now.
But my preoccupation there is after April,
Mhm.
those people who owns those things to the MetaJAX or crypto, whatever.
Yep. If there's any left, they can still get them.
They're still, but
to,
they don't have the same kind of privilege already.
correct. Right now is the time to get privilege. Right now, you become an owner with you, Arturo. They're your partners. We're together with you in this one giant family, a community who's going to be behind this project all the way through.
I'm gonna add to something to that, which I really mean from the bottom of my heart. I've been very worried and sad for 32 years that I'm living in this country that I love with all my heart, which is the following. And when you are in Europe or even in Japan or in Indonesia, whatever, on a Saturday night, prime time on the big network television, you could watch a couple of hours of any of those great jazz festivals around the world. But I live in the US for 32 years. I never saw 1 minute in any network of jazz music. For me, that is a crime, because around the world, jazz music is probably the most respected and admired genre of music created in the US. We cannot take that for granted. We have to protect that. We have to promote it. We have to embrace that legacy, so important legacy for the cultural contribution of the US to the world of music and art. And we have to really get conscious of that in the US, man. We have to embrace and promote and defend and protect jazz music. That's what I really feel, you know. And I really appreciate what MetaJAX is doing and all this effort to really share this kind of music that we love so much with everybody, you know. And the people who became partner, they are our brothers and sisters, and we really need their help so much, because one more time, I'm sorry to be repetitive, but it's such an important thing to defend that style of music that need protection, need to really pass that information to the younger people, that they are so confused nowadays about what is or what is not good music. And somebody have to explain them and gave them the possibility to hear this kind of music and appreciate that, and later on decide, you know, what they want to listen or not. But some people believe that, you know, those funny songs nowadays that have a little bit of rhythm, but it's no melodies, it's no harmony, and the lyrics are horrible. I'm very concerned about that, because the younger, I saw people, you know, the other day I was in the car with my granddaughter, for example, and she put a Spotify or whatever. She started to play the music that she listened to, and I hear a bunch of extremely dirty profanity, you know, and words. And I say, hey, stop that. Don't play that in my car in front of me. No way. How you listen to that? Are you crazy? No way. No. This is what everybody listens. I don't care if everybody listens to that. But that's wrong, because they like offended women and things like that. And the lyrics are so horrible. And the melodies and harmony, music have 4 big ingredients: melody, harmony, rhythm, and in the case of have lyrics, the lyrics. But instrumental music is 33% each: melody, harmony, and rhythm. If you're using a little bit of rhythm and you have no harmony or no melody, you're dealing with the 33% of the total of the music, and that's horrible. It's horrible that, and we need all the help of the radio, television, and media in general to promote all kind of music. It's a crime that young people, for example, have no idea who was Mozart or Chopin or Sergei Rachmaninoff or Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong, Dizzy Gillespie. Man, give me a break. If you are American, if you have no idea who was Duke Ellington or Count Basie or John Coltrane or Dizzy Gillespie, my goodness, you have a big hole in your information. Big hole.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Music should be uplifting. It should nurture our spirit. So I agree with you about a lot of the popular music that's out there. But this, sorry again, this experience that we are able to share and bringing this into the metaverse and cryptocurrency, I think will give a lot more of the younger people access and a reason to come join us and build this family bigger and stronger so that we can support each other, other jazz musicians, and shine some light on this incredible history of our culture in this country, jazz music.
That, you know, is our mission to teach them and share with the young people, you know, all those kind of things, you know, to enrich their cultural knowledge, you know.
It's like, if for those of us who were at Birdland with you last month at NFT NYC, I mean, it takes no explanation to be in that room and to experience what happened, what took place. It was all music, but it was you and these players literally having just great conversations with your instruments, with one another. And you realize, wow, when you have exceptional musicians together having a conversation with their instrument, there's nothing like it. I mean, it was profound. There were people that, well, I saw one woman who actually, when you sang "Smile" and you looked right at her, she started crying. You know, emotions are stirred up.
You know what was very interesting that evening there? It was a couple of young girls in the audience.
We're going to bring that out as an NFT.
I'm gonna tell you, that was beautiful experience, and that really let us keep the hope alive. That, you know, that some people really are conscious of that, and they really want to learn, and they want to keep that tradition alive. And they both of them were trumpet players, and I invited them to the stage to play a couple of tunes with us. That was a beautiful experience, because they were very talented and they really know very well the language of jazz. And that gave me a lot of pleasure and satisfaction, you know, to see young people really knowing and appreciate that kind of music that we love so much. And it's a lot of kids around the world that really are good players, and they're very deep into the jazz music, into the classical music as well, all those kind of things. But we need more, and we need a support of the media in general. It's important that the radio programmer and the television take conscious of that and really promote that.
All they need to do is come out and experience you and what your band does, and they'll be on fire. I promise you. That happened at Birdland. There was media that came out to that, and they literally, one of them had like a life transformation from that experience. We need more of that. We just need to get them out with you, with us. And I'm going to invite you right now, Arturo, next July 7 through 10, we're going to have the Crypto Jazz Festival.
Where?
We're going to have it down in partnership with the Barclay Theater down in Irvine, and it's going to be at our club and at the Barclay, that Performing Arts Center there. And we want you to come out and bring the band and do, if you're available, Sunday night would be fantastic to close that out.
That means we will have a gig.
Yeah, that's a great gig. Are you kidding? What we're doing though is,
I love this guy.
that whole weekend is going to be all crypto jazz, but it's going to be the best players in the world. Finishing out with you, my friend.
Oh my!
If
God.
you're up,
Yeah.
if you're available and up for it, that's what we're going to do.
No, of course.
And
we are really.
That's right.
We are really available.
Yeah,
Yes,
well, it's gonna be-
100%.
and we'll be in the middle of Rhythm and Soul. We'll be out to the world. It will be all about that.
You know
at that
what?
point,
You know what I would love to do? Invite Miles there
Sure.
and got a fight with my guitar player.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Sunday.
I want you to put your glove. I want you both put a glove on and fight.
All right, we'll do it for you, Arturo.
We have fight with no mercy.
No.
Battle of the guitars.
Yeah. Hey Sandy, what do you have any thoughts for Arturo? Sandy is the co-founder and CEO of TokenSmart, which has been a community of really the NFT OGs that have supported us and what we've been doing really since last March.
And
And
she presented that to me.
Yes.
And I'm in love with her already.
Well,
I love her and shrimp.
Sandy.
It's just a pleasure. Thank you for inviting us into your home. And this is such a treat to just be next to legends, you know, and by that I mean everybody that is in here. So thank you. And just hearing you speak about cultivating culture and then the popular music right now, you know, that's something so important to me. Words,
Yeah, scary.
words, it has to be, you need to be consuming the right things, you know, mentally to what you listen as
Absolutely.
well and what you
We're
see.
animal of consumption, you know, whatever you consume. And sometimes you get confused and you believe it's good. And they selling you crap. And they say, wow, crab tastes good.
Yeah.
No, I prefer shrimp.
Yes.
And that's, if I may
Marco,
say, that's the beauty of what's happening here. Sorry, producer Tim, what is that again?
oh hey, why don't you close us out and we'll finish out with the song.
Sure. And Arturo, I just want to say that's the beauty of what's happening here is that we do have a community that is not limited by borders. There's not limited by television media. It's not limited by radio. This is something that's going to be reaching even further than much of that. And as you can see, everyone and their grandma is starting to get into NFTs, like even Nike and Adidas and all the big channels are starting to do it. This is only the beginning. And here we are. Once people discover that this is starting to turn into that there is a jazz community that is going to be supporting exceptional jazz, especially like your album here. It's one of the first ones we're doing here. We have rhythm and soul, which I think soul is that other ingredient that also is a part of music as well that we got to throw in there. But also the beauty again is that this is already reaching a lot of people that maybe only are exposed to other types of music. So it's surprising them and it's giving them some more flavor into their life that is going to help this grow even better. As you've seen what we've done in only 2 weeks, imagine what can happen between now and April. By the time the album releases. So I personally am very hopeful, and I think that this is going to be wonderful. I
would like to add something to what you're saying. I strongly believe that God is watching everything. Sometimes some people believe he get entertained because he got so many things to take care about. Mm-hmm. But no, God is watching everything. And whoever like you doing what you're doing to protect, promote, and help to spread this beautiful art form, which is, for me, in my book, jazz music is the most profound and important cultural contribution of the U.S. to the world. Some people believe it's a rock and roll or a rap or reggaeton or whatever. Excuse me. In my book, jazz is the #1 contribution, and we really must be proud of it. We must be proud. And whatever you're doing to help to spread that and to share that with everybody through your company or your media or whatever, is highly appreciated, and God is watching, and somehow God gonna reward you all for doing this. Okay, and now we're gonna play, one of the basic things, because the jazz started probably in the beginning of the last century. I'm talking about 1910, 1915, around that time. But also the blues, still one of the basic things of when people ask me about the jazz, how to learn jazz, I said the first thing you should do is learn the blues changes. Learn to play the blues in all those kind of variation or whatever, and because it's one of the basic things, to learn the process of the chord and the progression of those 12 bar. They're endless in terms of variation and experiment and creation. So I mean. But this is one of the most important things to learn in the very beginning, to learn how to improvise. And this is exactly what we're going to do now. If you don't mind, we're going to do a blues, which is, we don't have any head, anything. You're going to play blue changes and improvise.
I don't buy sugar. You just have to touch my cup. You're my sugar. Oh, baby, it's sweeter when you stir it up. Oh, when I'm taking sips from your tasty lips, seems the honey there fairly drips. 'Cause your confection, goodness knows, you're my honeysuckle rose, yeah. I don't buy sugar. You just have to touch my cup. You're my sugar. Oh, baby, it's sweeter when you stir it up. Oh, when I'm taking sips from your tasty lips, seems the honey there fairly drips. 'Cause your confection, goodness knows, you're my honeysuckle rose, yeah.
How about it, everybody? How about it, everybody? We got Miles Jensen live from the stage over at CampusJAX, MetaJAX headquarters in Newport Beach. I'm reporting today from Ontario Airport. I'm just literally hopping in on here to join y'all today so that we can have a little fun, because it is a very historic day for MetaJAX Crescendo. I hope you don't miss a minute of this, because we are literally making history here today. So go too much further, I think we have a very special performance from Miles and our first artist to be featured at MetaJAX NFT album, Tawanda. So Tawanda performed her first professional jazz performance right here in CampusJAX during the pandemic in June 2020.
No one to talk with, all by myself. No one to walk with, but I am happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving all my love for you. I know for certain the one that I love. I'm through with flirting, it's just you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving all of my love for you. Oh, woo, 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 like Jack Horner on the corner. Don't go nowhere, what do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving all of my love for you. Take it away, Miles. I said, like Jackie Horner on the corner, I don't go nowhere, so what do I care? Your kiss is all worth waiting for. You gotta believe me, 'cause I don't go out late, I don't care to go. I'm home just about 8, me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving all my love. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving all my love. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving all my love for you.
That's fantastic, Tawanda. What we're seeing right this minute is a historic moment for us, Tawanda.
Oh my gosh.
Musicians to take control of their own lives and careers and their own music. And here we are now months later, and it's actually happening. 4 weeks ago, we dropped your first NFT. The whole purpose of the NFT is that the community comes together to support the artists they love. Collectors, fans, whoever they might be, they can go to whalestreet.xyz and participate in the music that you've been making. Really, it's the beginning of the MetaJAX vision, along with WhaleStreet, along with the support underneath WhaleStreet, which is MetaPurse, and along with our partners ever since March in TokenSmart. Sandy Meows from TokenSmart has a special presentation for you, Tawanda.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Tawanda. It's a pleasure meeting you today. And today is a historic day for us because we're going to present you with your own MetaMask wallet.
Ooh. Wow.
And this is such a historic day because this is presented to you by MetaJAX and WhaleStreet. This includes over 26,000 shrimp, which is over 15,000 USD dollars. So we're setting her up right to get her crypto NFT story lined up and started. And here we go.
Thank you so much. What an honor. Thank you so much. So unexpected. I'm so honored and so grateful, and I'm so appreciative, and I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you and your music, always coming live, and everybody from TokenSmart loves listening to you. So thank you.
Such an honor to be here representing jazz and Black female vocalists as well. So I just want to take a moment and say that. Thank you. This is such an honor.
Hey, how about that historic moment right there? Yes, yes, yes. I love it. I love it. Congratulations, Tawanda. This is awesome. We're going to get everybody on the screen right now. Sandy and Tawanda, everybody. Come on now. We're going to turn this into a big party over here. If you are just tuning in, we are from all over the place today. That's right. I'm over here from Ontario Airport, so thank you for your patience with my wonky connections. But you know what? We got a great team of people here who will keep the party going just in case I get disconnected. I'm on my way to Las Vegas to go do a show there. I see we got Easy. Easy, how's it going? And Sandy. Ooh, is Veritas? Let's get Veritas into the party.
Hey, what's going on, guys? You hear me all good?
There you are, Veritas. Good to see you. Well, we got Tawanda on screen.
It's a bit loud around here.
Yeah, I hear you. It's the same over here. I got cars honking trying to drop people off at the airport.
Hey guys, so this is what just took place for you guys who are not familiar what happened. We just presented Tawanda with her own MetaMask wallet, and what this is a digital wallet where she carries. Look what she has. She has some shrimp, she has some JAX, and she has Matic. She set up. This is cryptocurrency that she could use, and it's so exciting. And again, this is worth over $15,000 in USD. So
Congrats! So excited for you.
My
Thank
goodness.
you. I'm so speechless. I'm so emotional. It's like unbelievable. Sorry.
It's wonderful.
It's
Tawanda,
a
you
special
just got a
day.
new MetaJAX. You just got a new wallet. What are you going to do next?
Wow. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I think I'm on the right track though. I think I just keep going. Just keep going. I'm looking forward to making more music and more art and more NFTs, of course, and really, getting to be a part of the community more. I just met her today, so I know that there's a lot more family to be met. So this is only the beginning. I'm so happy.
Just
the
beginning. You just fell
Sweet way to
a
slide
whirlpool.
in.
I'll say.
I see. Veritas, what are you
That's
streaming
pretty
today?
special.
I'm still in Miami,
Oh, right on.
and there's this weird duck right in front of me.
Oh my God.
I've never seen that before.
Me too. It's like a good sign.
It must like jazz, it's messed up.
No, I just wanted to say to Tawanda, this is not the start of something special. This is beyond that. I've always been a fan of jazz, and when jazz started, it was anti-mainstream. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. There's a lot of sound.
We can hear you.
But but over time, people came to love jazz, and then now it became seen as in some circles, this something enjoyed by the 1% or something like that. And crypto similarly is in a state where it's on the fringe still. It's not mainstream yet. And the fact that we were able to blend jazz and crypto, where personally I never knew that there was an intersection there. I never knew there was a connection there. But then to see the NFTs be very popular without marketing or a PR push, that blew my mind. Not only that, I always joke about these EDM DJs and this crypto community, and they make like from 3,000 up to 10, 15,000 a show, and that's it. But what we got here builds on this, provides more value for the amazing art you do, because crypto ain't shit without art. So I am so happy that you're part of this and that you're an essential part of this, because again, nothing in crypto is going to give value without the art and all the amazing work that you do.
Well said, Veritas. Well said. All the way from Miami.
Yes.
Veritas. Easy. Are you still in El Salvador right now?
Oh, I'm in Miami. I
you're
went
in
from
Miami
El
as well.
Salvador to Mexico, straight to Miami. Yeah, I've been hanging out with Veritas the last few days. It's been phenomenal. Actually, Tim welcomed me when I landed in Miami from Mexico. Got to hang with him for a couple days, and got to hang with Veritas and Brooke and the MetaPurse crew and the WhaleStreet crew and some TokenSmarties. It's just been phenomenal here. And it's so exciting. It's so great to have these Saturday sessions where we get to kind of reconnect and see where everybody's at. And today is super special, I think, with Tawanda, having that wallet and really diving in. And it is something phenomenal, to echo Veritas, to have this much excitement and success on the sales. Really, we're breaking like the underground crypto jazz scene in here, and it is off to an amazing start. I think the sky is the limit. From the moment I, found out about JAX Jazz, I was like, yes, all the ethos and the collaborative spirit and capturing these ethereal moments, I think fits so well with the Web3 blockchain NFT community that, we're just going to be, soaring up and up and up and bringing more people in. And it's super exciting.
That's very, very exciting. I love the way you put everything there. It's absolutely very exciting, very special and amazing. And that we're here. We've incorporated jazz and NFTs and everything. And this is a wonderful moment. Tawanda, I want to send you congratulations, just in case I happen to get disconnected again. But,
Thank you so much.
Day.
I mean, we're so fortunate here to be really like a wellspring of all of this talent, and not just jazz, right? Because we're in LA, we have so many different styles here, and I think I'm excited to bring that home now too.
Look, I'm in Miami, obviously, as I mentioned, and even the people I've talked to are like, actually, Easy was at the party last night, and people are like, hey, this is great because it was the first party that was not booms, booms, booms.
Yeah.
and everyone's like, all right, so now we have the rap, we have the R&B. Okay, where's the reggaeton next? Where's the dancehall next? Where's the soca next? Where are all these other music genres, these musical communities? And the fact is, they're out there. We just got to get them. We got to build, and people will come.
Yeah.
It is, and it's amazing how together WhaleStreet and MetaJAX is bringing those exceptional artists, every Thursday, every Saturday, and live.
When people hear what we're doing, whether it's JAX Jazz or the Cypher stuff and all this, they get so excited. I mean, I had many conversations with pretty phenomenal artists in the hip hop field last night. And it was just, people are so hungry for it. They're so excited to do it. And when they hear kind of the depths of what WhaleStreet's doing, and I kind of throw down like, we are all the label where we're all helping produce these artists to get them out and earn some income and really connect with the community with the upgradable NFTs and the farmings of the tokens. People just, it's like, oh my God. And so I think just by leading through example, we're going to be able to really put a fire under some of those other musical genres to get active, to get in.
Absolutely. I have to share that same, even when I was at NFT NYC, as I spoke to anybody, it didn't matter what space they're in, what their, genre or niche is. When I just mentioned what we were doing here, every one of them was excited and curious to know more. And it was just a wonderful, like, just feeling and energy of like, hey, I think this is going to be a great thing because it's unique in a way, and we're in a space where people will actually be open-minded enough to support it and help it go big. So this is wonderful. I think it's very wonderful. And if I may, I'd like to do something just for anybody here who might be meeting Tawanda for the very first time. I'd like to take a step back and let's go back. So you mentioned you started in New Mexico, and you're going to be going back, and that's kind of an exciting moment. I definitely know the feeling of going back to your hometown and showing that. Can you give us just a little bit of history of when you started in jazz, how you started singing, and what eventually led to this Sarah Vaughan International Jazz Vocal Competition?
Oh my gosh, yes, many, many years in the making. Yeah, so I was raised in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and I wasn't actually raised with American jazz music. Both of my parents are not from the United States. So my mom is from Germany, my dad's from Mozambique. So I'm a first generation American. So our house was filled with a lot of world music. And then, so I kind of had music in my bones in my life since I was young. And then I was in choir and theater and was dancing from an early age. So all throughout high school. And then I was in a swing choir in high school. And then we were doing like show tunes as well. So that's kind of where I became familiar with like Hammerstein and those kinds of tunes. And they make up the Great American Songbook as well. So I was kind of exposed to that kind of jazz early on. And then in college, I really started to intimately study jazz vocals and then study the greats that had kind of paved the way for singers like me. So, a lot of Ella Fitzgerald and Sarah Vaughan at that stage. And then, and that kind of was reflective of my own personal journey of self-discovery, being a Black person, like because I was raised primarily by a mom who was German, and she's not Black, but then here I am trying to sing this music that has such a rich foundation and such a rich history that was created by the Black people and by their stories and their struggles. And so I really connected with that in college, and I did so much research as part of my own personal self-discovery that really fully cemented the way that I want to tell these stories and what jazz means to me. There's a depth there that not a lot of other genres have, and that's why I feel so blessed and so honored to sing this particular music. And I feel like and even this year, this year has been the most this year and last year since the pandemic have been some really, really challenging times for me personally, and I've struggled a lot with depression and anxiety, but I feel like it's only allowed me to tell the stories better, and it's only given me more compassion, if anything, having those struggles. And now I can really, when I'm singing about hardship or heartbreak, I have a well of understanding, and it keeps kind of going as you keep growing, because I'm so young. I'm like 25, and so I'll be singing these really like deep songs that have been around for generations, and sometimes I'm like, do I even know enough to sing a song like this? But I think I love kind of pulling from that wisdom and feeling the strength of my people, and then creating beautiful things from it. And that's what led me here. And here I am in Los Angeles.
Look at this. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
so great.
Here I am with you. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for being so vulnerable, because you shared something that is so it's so vulnerable that a lot of people don't talk about, especially in the community. Everything is like fast paced. Everything is, no sleep, move on. And then just the way that like jazz has helped me to just like slow down. Being in your presence is just amazing. The fact that I'm like next to you, and just thank you for that, because I really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah.
I think it's super special, the space that we're all building together, where we can feel comfortable enough to really share and to open up. And that gives us a greater understanding of each other's journey. And I just got to say, I love it. I feel it when you sing. You may be young, but an old soul. And, that comes through,
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I feel like it's a safe space. Not a lot of spaces in this industry are spaces. So it's really, and I'm always, I'm very, you have to be intentional with the way you walk and the way you work, and you have to protect yourself. But in this space, I've felt nothing but safe, nothing but welcomed. And I feel like that's wonderful. A really beautiful foundation for vulnerability, which is creativity, and that vulnerability is why we create, and it's how we can resonate with people. So I think as long as we like take care of each other, protect each other, and create a safe space, it's going to be the most beautiful thing in the world.
That builds the best communities when we're able to do that and help each other out all along the way. Do we have? Is that?
I love your story. Yeah. My said I had some internet issues, but I'm sure you guys can hear me, right?
We got you.
You're good.
Yeah. So the story of identity is very important. And again, being not an American, a lot of people here talk about this melting pot idea, everyone coming together, but just being put into this one pot called American and blended up. But I find in crypto what's liberating is that it's celebrating the diversity of all these different communities. It's not trying to melt everyone together into one pot. It's trying to say our identities can be fluid, whether that's our musical identities, our gender identities, whether we're Bitcoin maximalists, whether we're ETH to the moon, whether we're Shiba, crew, like just and all the different DAOs coming up. The idea of this identity liberation is very important, because we're not trying to push everyone into one, very black and white system that this current world is based off of. It's a completely new system. And I really enjoyed your story about, you're being raised by a German mother and Mozambique father, because for me, sometimes the brown community considers me quote unquote whitewashed. And then growing up in a majority white town, I'm considered brown and outsider. And so it really
we
impacts,
have so much to talk about.
it really impacted my growing up, because even high school, I played saxophone. I was in jazz band, but I also played football. And so that threw people off. But then now fast forward, in crypto, no one questions. No one's questioning these things. Again, I'm not saying it's perfect. As a lot of people last night said, we're still outside. We got to get inside. It's I'm glad to be surrounded by beautiful people like all of you, so that we are building this entirely new system that is not just the current world changed at the margins, but a brand new system that we're building together.
Absolutely.
I love it.
And the beautiful thing about that too is there's room for everyone. Everyone. It's not, there's no there shouldn't be any competition. There's just it's just
the whole community goes up.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
And it's an opportunity, like Veritas was speaking about. We kind of get boxed in through different cultural ideas, and you kind of have to conform to like if you're in the band and you're playing sports, people are like, oh, well, you have to be a jock or a nerd or a music guy. And now we have this space where you can really create your avatar, your likeness in the metaverse to be anything. It could be a robot, a chicken, a cow, a dude, a girl, whatever, right?
However you
come in,
a cat.
whatever you identify with a cat, exactly. So and you can just kind of build yourself, you know, really from the inside and showing out, and people are just so accepting. We're in a very special time and place.
Absolutely agree that.
And it doesn't surprise me that like the NFT like community boomed during COVID, because it was a time to just, you know, come together and just like be yourself and just like take ownership of your identity of who you are, and just it just came into revelation of just like, this is me, this is what I like, and I don't care, and let's go.
Right.
I think everybody,
Yes.
like, you see it in everybody's passion that they're doing, whatever it is. And with
Yeah.
NFTs, you could do it with music, with art, with fashion. There's like so much, even with food. When we were in Clubhouse, we were throwing out ideas, and I'm like, a chef, you know, could basically just take a picture of their cake or whatever, and then it's an NFT now. So people are doing it out there.
And even Food Masku guy, the guy that makes all the food face NFTs, like you could do
really?
anything. Yeah.
I want to say there's something so like nourishing the inner child about this space. Like, there's something so playful and fun. Like, like everyone can bring their like what makes them different. And I don't know. I feel like, and even when I'm talking to all of you, I feel like a child again. Like I feel like, oh my God, we feel free to dream, and we can share that with each other, knowing that, you know, everybody understands, and then we can do our weird stuff and everybody understands. And so I just kind of felt that right now.
You've hit on a beautiful note right there, figuratively, because this week, you know, I have a guru, and he always says it's important to maintain our childlike curiosity. And children are so creative and so curious, but through socialization and school and parents, you know, saying, you know, do this or do that, or uncles and aunties, you know, how they can be, we lose that. Like as I mentioned, you know, like when I was younger, it was way more creative. But then when I got to university, it was like, or high school, grade 12, it's like, oh, no, I have to be serious now. I have to take math. I have to take business. I have to go to, you know, business school. I have to do this, do that. I got to make money. Like it's just such a different path. And through crypto, I'm finding a lot of people are re-identifying with their inner child that's always been lurking there. And now they're, you know, bringing this child back to life.
That's
Absolutely.
Healing. That's healing.
It is healing. It's really important to our mental and physical health, I think, to be connected to that inner child, to have fun, to let loose, to be silly. And also, I have talked to so many people, and myself included, that like your childhood dreams get tamped down through that process of college and jobs. And the crypto space has just opened the door for so many people to chase those old dreams and then to live them. I mean, I'm traveling around hosting metaverse rap stuff and like going to like the most amazing jazz concerts. And I feel like a kid, you know, it's incredible.
Yeah. It's like once you find your alignment of like, you know, your childhood, of like what your childhood dream is, you make that, and it's your passion, and it aligns and it opens up to like everything else, where it just becomes like your career, and it brings that abundance of like freedom, either
So
like
liberating.
financially or like your time.
In so many
like,
ways.
Yeah. So it's like in the NFT space, just find your alignment with like your child, and just like, hey, like ask yourself, like, what do you love? For those of you who still don't know, because I come across a lot of people that are still thinking like, I don't know what to do. How do I get into this space? Just like look at what you love already, and then just dip into to the community.
There will be a community. There will be a community for just about anything that you're into.
Yeah,
that's so.
And if not,
look out
make
there.
that community. Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah,
It's just what we're doing here with MetaJAX, and we're making jazz and NFTs and bringing that into the space, creating a wonderful support. You know, mentioning our inner child and stuff. I want to ask if we can. Maybe we'll go around the circle here, but starting with Tawanda. You know, like the way I see this, what we're doing here is we're just having conversation, right? But I think that in the future someday there might be a young kid that is going to be watching this or looking back on your history and looking all the things that you've been a part of, and maybe any of us, because we don't know where our journey is going to go from here, right? It can go anywhere, and so if there was somebody that were watching this, you know, a young child, or even somebody who's got that inner child and is just rediscovering at 60 or 70 years old, what would you tell them to kind of motivate them to just go out there and yeah, take it away.
Oh man, if anyone is like ready for this, go ahead, because I need to just sit with that for a second.
Okay. Anybody else want to hop in on that?
I would say, like, if there's people out there that are listening to this and you're just finding kind of a space, I would say, you know, what we've been talking about here is the essence, the baseline, that letting yourself be free, connecting to your own dreams, and then connecting with the community and finding where you align, because there's so many areas, right? And there's amazing people in all these areas. So if you're like, I used to dance as a kid, like all the time, I was just dancing and I haven't danced for 20 years or something, like you will find people in this space that are making dance NFTs and like doing like crazy live dance into the metaverse. You know, you can find anything. It could be sculpting, it could be music, it could be painting, it could be dance, like writing, poetry. Just find that connection with what makes you happy, what motivates you, where your passions are, and then just enter the community and it will fall into place.
Definitely. I would like to add to that. If I could, you know, go back and tell little Sandy Meows like what to do, I would just like, you know, don't try to be part of the system. You know, follow your true passions. When I was little, I used to do folklorico dancing. I used to be in theater, and it's like a lot of that was like lost because it's like, oh, you got to get a job, you got to make money. One thing is to remember that like you can make money doing what you love, and it's like do what you love, and the money will just come. That I think like that's an important aspect to touch, because I think that's one of the worries that a lot of people have. Like, how are you gonna make a living if you don't become a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, or you know, anything? And not to say that those jobs are not like amazing. Yes! We need everyone, you know. And if that's your passion, go for it. But if you are someone that like always loved the arts and was always afraid, like I regret not taking like photography classes or ceramic classes, or like going in deeper into theater during high school or even like middle school, because it's like I was trying to follow like whatever the system wanted me to follow. And it's like, no matter what, you're going to end up doing what your passion is. You're going to be realigning yourself to you and who you are and what you want to do. So it's just like following that from the beginning, and just like, hey, you like this? Like finding somebody who's going to nourish you and water that dream for you too. And if nobody else can do it yourself.
Right. Yeah. And they'll come, build it and they will come. Yeah. Absolutely.
The energy. I'm gonna hug you.
How are you feeling, Tawanda? Are you ready?
I love feeling good. Yeah, I feel like wow. I literally could talk to you guys for hours, but I feel like
it's history. We're making history here, you guys.
It's like art and creativity are not valued enough in our culture or society, and so anyway, just like being able to reimagine that and to manifest a culture and a society that does value that is just so amazing.
Seeing you up there, and it's like you're doing what you love, and it's just like that's just amazing. You're just doing what you love. You're just being you. And last night I went to go see Hamilton, the play, and it was just like, wow, these people are just doing what they love. Like, just do what you love. Just do what you love. Just do what you love. Exactly like Tawanda. Exactly like Easy, like Worko, like everyone.
I think if I could talk to a younger person or a younger me or a person who's rediscovering their inner child and how to connect to that, I would just straight to the point and plainly say, like, you are worthy of joy. You are worthy of infinite joy. You are worthy of expression. You, like, nothing in this life should hold you back from that expression if it's coming from a place of love and a place that is genuine and authentic. Like, you are so worthy of that. And because I feel like a lot of the times when we're tamping down these childhood dreams and really repressing that part of ourselves, there's a feeling of unworthiness. Like we're not allowed to play. We're not allowed to play. We're not allowed to be joyful and like, and express. And I just feel like cutting down to the bare bone is being like, you are worthy of that. And that's
And
That's so important.
Yeah.
Like all my life, I have done artistic things, whether it's photography or film and things growing up, including in rapping too, and music and playing saxophone. I always thought, you know, playing on a stage or having my photography in a gallery or monetizing that in any way was for other people, for people that were above my level or that had connections, or it was always way out of my grasp. And that was a mental block that I learned through school and things like that, that's not, you know, even my dad being a musician and fairly successful all his life. I mean, it's not easy. You've got to put in the work. Just because you're doing something you love doesn't mean it's all easy. But, you know, through those societal kind of norms, it ain't easy being easy. You know, that had been all the idea that was out of my reach had been so cemented until I found this new crypto community, and I amazingly had people that were successful saying, you can do it. You're valuable. Your ideas, your input, your arts are totally worthy of sharing. And like the first NFT of like my art that I sold, I was like, oh my God, people did like it. They even bought it, you know? So it's like, just do it, you know?
Right. Absolutely. It's not too far out of reach. I got to say, one of the things that many of us do experience, even myself, I've been doing this for 20 something years now. Every now and then you run into what we all call imposter syndrome, and you think you're not worthy and everything. And you think, you know, that's not for me. Like exactly like everyone's saying right now. It's like, feel like, oh, I don't belong up there. I don't do it. Actually, you do. And anybody who you see up there, they probably do the very same exact thing, like not thinking like that they belong, that they were worthy. Even some of the biggest rock stars today, just like pop stars, everybody starts from that. We're all starting from the same page. Just take it back to the simple form that we're all human. We were all born here. We all won the lottery to be here on this earth at this very time. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, you might have missed whatever era you wish you could have been a part of, but you're here today. You're here today, able to make a difference with the people that are around you. And even if you're out there and you feel like this is unreachable, and I don't even know where to start, I don't have the money to do this, there's so many ways to do this. I mean, you can go as simple as like, hey, if you got to start from the ground up, that's okay. A lot of us did too. Not everybody is born into families with money. Not everybody is born into this. And a lot of us in this space, I mean, Tawanda, you're first generation American. I'm first generation American as well. My parents, they worked their way up here. And by watching their work ethic and seeing how hard they worked to just try to give us a decent life, one that they believe was better than they grew up with, it shows me, well, if they can get out of what they were before, what they were in before, there's no reason that I can't do that where I'm born in a place like this. But even if you're not born in a place like this, you could do as my parents did, or any other parents, or any other number of people. Do not let yourself think that there are limits. There are no limits. When we grow up in school, you know, they teach us to color in the lines, and you don't have to always color in the lines. You don't always have to be within the lane. There are special lanes for you. There are special things that will help you. Like, I mean, it's really just allowing you to help yourself, really. And it's just, you gotta not be afraid to take those opportunities. And honestly, I think a lot of us that want to have this desire, we want to do something good with it. We want to either inspire someone else, or, you know, or maybe even help somebody find some healing with either, if you're a songwriter, maybe with your words, if you are, you know, an orchestrator or something, maybe with the melodies you make, or if you're an artist, with the emotion in the art that you're putting out there, like just in the color tones and whatever it is, even if you're digitally doing it or manually doing it by hand, every one of these things are ways to express yourself. And I know I'm missing a lot more different ways to express yourself here, but everybody has that opportunity. And I think, and I hope that anybody watching this or in the future, you find that inspiration to do that, because as we are proving here today, with a genre that seemingly in the mainstream world keeps dying down, suddenly has found a space in the crypto world, and is going to start blossoming and growing with this project that we are doing here. So that's all I got to add to that.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Hey, how about this? I'm sorry, I just felt the moment and I had to take it. But Veritas, are you still there? Do you got anything you'd like to add here?
You know what? I'm first gen. My parents came to Canada, but you know what I always think of is the people back home because they're hungry, and when they know how this works, they are going to destroy the competition.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much
And
untapped
that's
talent over there.
a
over
huge
everywhere.
part of this is that it's global, right? So any
Yeah.
corner of the globe, if you can access the internet, and we can also maybe try and help get that reach deeper. Part of what the Key to Crypto is doing is on the ground in Latin America, traveling to really get people on where they might not have the time or the access to know where to start. So anywhere that can get an internet signal basically can lead to, you know, this kind of success. So I think that Veritas has a great point. When it is really understood a little more, and maybe someone might see this and get that idea that I'm here in some outskirts parts of the world in India or Malaysia or Africa, and you can bring your passions forward. We're here for you, ready to support you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
Shout out
love
to
that.
parents. Like, are we all first generation here? Like, wow. Like,
Proud child of immigrants.
for real. Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents did too.
1000%.
Looks like it. Looks like it.
That's beautiful.
Incredible.
Well,
And now we're
everybody, I think.
creating. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead, Sandy. Go
I
ahead.
was just
Finish your
gonna
thought.
say how like it's just wonderful how we're creating general wealth now with like wealth in the essence of like ideas and just like financial freedom and just like wealth in every instance, even like in health, because if you're taking care of your passions and you're taking care of yourself, you're happy. I think that's the
Exactly.
all. You know, you want to be happy. Yeah.
One quick thing, I had many great conversations last night. One led to kind of spirituality, and a point that we kind of touched on was when you first get this creative freedom and the financial freedoms that accompany that by having some success in this Web3 space, well, then you have the time to nurture your soul. I see so many people kind of having this spiritual rebirth. I mean, coming to yoga classes and Discord, whatever it is, because you don't have the stress holding you down, going 9 to 5 and being just working yourself to the bone and being tired and worrying about those bills. So when you can get some financial and creative freedom, all of a sudden it lets you explore your spirituality, reconnect with that and nurture that. So mentally, health, physically, like all these things, we're having this like renaissance on almost every factor of life. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Truly like a metaphor.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I think what we're doing here and our entire community is doing here, I feel like 9 to 5s are gonna have to step it up and compete against this because I mean it's too good. And I think what's gonna be nice is the new jobs that are coming out of this, the new opportunities that are coming out of this are gonna make it far more pleasant to where we don't have to deal with the old world way of things in the sense of like feeling like you're just drifting along and 9 to 5 path. Like your 9 to 5 will now be, if it's 9 to 5, it could be whatever. It could be 5 to 9, it could be whatever, 7 8, whatever is good for you in your time.
7 8, yeah.
You decide your own time to create and make that happen. I think on this positive note right here, we should go ahead and wrap up and then continue this conversation another day because this has been really fun.
Definitely.
So thank you all so much.
Love
I want to
you guys
remind
so
everybody to check out. Oh, thank you, Tawanda. Love you too.
Thank you.
Love everybody here. Easy, Veritas, Sandy, and even our producer in the back over there. Shout out to you and the whole team, and our good friend Miles in the back over at the house. So I want to remind everybody to make sure if you're watching this on YouTube, get over to Discord. Get over to Discord so you can get your your app. And remember to support this whole team over here at WhaleStreet MetaJAX, where we are supporting exceptional artists and musicians producing their incredible music. Well, Easy and Veritas, I hope you have a wonderful time in Miami. And Tawanda and Sandy, I hope you all have a wonderful time in OC. I got to hop on a plane right now that's about to board in 20 minutes. So this is perfect timing. But I wish you all well. All right. So I'm going to say goodbye, everybody. This is Marco Paulos, the Bitcoin musician. We hope you had a wonderful time watching today's Crescendo. And we shall see you later. And let's go ahead and pass it away to Miles. Come on, Miles.
tasty lips seems the honey that fairly drips. 'Cause your confection, goodness knows, you're my honeysuckle rose.